it's the end of the world. No, it's not, you guys. No, you guys, we're not at the end of the world again. This has happened many, many, many times. It's a reset. We need to remember we have been brainwashed. We are continually resetted, whether it's like the system removing and changing public school curriculums and the history, rewriting it how they wish to, taking old buildings and saying that it's theirs and they're the founders. Of course, they're the founders. They founded it. It was not theirs in the first place. There's a lot of things that continue to be manipulated. A lot of people continue to be brainwashed, and a lot of us are slowly unbrainwashing ourselves or have unbrainwashed ourselves. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you have been working on your self-development, or you are been on a spiritual journey and you've been learning things little by little, or have learned a lot. You've went down the rabbit hole. You have come to realize it's the system. The system we are in, and it's not just our system, it's the system around the world, whether it's Asia's system, Europe's system, Africa's system, there's American system, South American. There's systems put in place everywhere, and they are all working collectively together against us. This is not anything new. This is a spiritual warfare. There are a lot of truths to many conspiracies that have come out. Many are now realizing that conspiracies aren't just conspiracies, that there's many, many truths to a lot of these things. I'm going to give you a quick example about how this has happened before and how us as a collective, humans, got together to put their foot down about it. Back in 1966 in Belgium, I thought this was a really interesting story that I found off of the Paranormal Files, the official channel. It's a really great documentary he put together about the Chateau de Amerois. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. That's a castle that is in Belgium. That castle was actually funded and created for elites. That castle was created to hold rituals in it. There's huge history. If you want the deep dive into that castle, go to that channel. Like I said, the Paranormal Files official channel. He has it there. Back in this time, the community realized, like, hey, there's a lot of things going on in this castle. Like, there's some weird stuff going on. You got kids missing. Supposedly it's a hunting ground for humans. Just all kinds of stuff. There was a serial killer that was attached to the castle too, that he was supplying the people in the castle with children. So there was a whole thing. A government cover up with it. A whole thing. So point is when it really finally hit the fan, that the community realized the government's lying to us. The government is helping these people in this castle receive children and do these rituals, or animals, or homeless, or whoever they can get their hands on, they were bringing in, right? So all kinds of stuff started coming out. This community was not playing, and that is what I'm talking about the collective getting together and doing what they got to do to get to where they got to go. Not saying that we need to solve things with violence. Things are never solved with violence, but it was so amazing how Belgium, 300,000 people came together to put a stop to what was happening. They're like, absolutely not. We heard that this is happening and so in this castle. We need proof. Open the castle gates. What's going on? We don't like this. The government was freaking out because literally 300,000 people came to protest. Like, hey, what's going on over there? Like, we're not stopping until y'all close this castle down or start arresting people. And so the government had to start making some moves because they realized, oh, okay, they're onto us. And they did just that. They did end up covering a lot of it, but a lot of it got saved in history. So a lot of people in Belgium still know the story. It's still a thing. They're still wary of the castle. People are always scoping the castle out now, trying to get in there, all kinds of crazy stuff. But I think it was absolutely beautiful that the community got together and decided we're going to put a stop to this. Not saying that that's what we need to do right now in America, but I am saying that we need to awaken. We need to realize, like, these things are happening, and it's not some taboo conversation. It's not some conspiracy theorist stuff. These are real life things that are happening. What can you do about it is discovering yourself. When you become the best version of yourself, you are more clear, which gives you better eyes to see, better ears to hear. You won't be fooled. Your free will can't be maneuvered, right? That's what all this TV and all these things are all about. The phone distractions, the news distractions. They're just trying to get you to move your awareness from your true self, from your true energy into their energy. And then boom, they got you, because now you're just working in the system. They're using you. So yeah, becoming your best self is extremely important during this process. If you don't know who you are, you're going to get lost easily in the system. And then you're going to teach your kids that. And your kids are going to teach their kids that. And then it's a whole generational thing all over again. And one of those kids will probably awaken and then change that pattern for that family's generation. But we could do that from now. We can begin to change generational patterns in families starting now, which is a wonderful thing. So it's important to work on yourself. Realize where your actions are going towards, what your free will is being used for, what your reactions are. Like, are you quick to get angry and defensive and argue and scream and then just slow down? Like, those are all things you need to work on. Bring it down so you're more balanced and you're using that energy more for your actual life versus like all these extra little society things that it shouldn't be getting used for. You hold that energy and turn it into something beautiful, turn it into something better. I had read this book a few weeks ago, absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend it. It's called Pawns in the Game. It's by William Carr. It was made in 1956. Make sure you get the original because there's this new little version floating around, and so I would recommend the original. Anyways, I read it, absolutely amazing. So this end of the world, shenanigans that we continuously see is obviously a pattern. It's been going on for forever, whether it was through Egyptians, Greek times, now in modern times, back in the 60s, like for the 90s, the 80s, or the 70s as well, when the whole boom went off with the satanic panic and all that stuff. By the way, the satanic panic, that's happened so many times in history, you guys. Like, that's how many times we've awakened, and then they brainwash us back to be like, oh yeah, did that really happen? No, it was a conspiracy. We forget. I had read this book called Pawns in the Game by William Carr, made in 1956. Absolutely amazing book. He was able to put in such a little book. It's only 203 pages. He did a really great job talking about the manipulation of America's history, like the French Revolution and all these things that we were told that is what it is, the presidents and what they are. And a lot of us already know these things. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, but this just goes to show you that this has been going on for forever, and people been awakened. People weren't stupid back then. Like, people were literally like, dude, what do we do here? Like, do you not see this? And think about it. Back then, they were already writing books on it and everything, trying to awaken the masses for us later on. And those little clues and keys is what's helped us now to continue, because now we have certain key points in history where people were actually grabbing the truth of it and giving that information to us to help us. So he goes into a lot of things. He goes into how the Rothschilds actually paid for a man named Adam. I'm gonna butcher his last name, but it's like Wishushka or Wishku. But so this Adam guy was the original guy that the Rothschild hired to begin the Illuminati all the way back in like the 1940s or something like that. Like, I think it was even before that. I don't remember the date. I'm sorry. It's in the book. But he does go to discuss how he was hired to start this, to begin to hire like influencers in a sense, celebrities in a sense, to hire founders, to hire politicians and things to join this cabal of theirs. And then with that cabal, they would also infiltrate all the other secret societies, because other secret societies were like, we already got our own alchemy over here. We already got our own rituals. And the Illuminati was like, yeah, but ours is better. It'll make you richer. And some people fell for it. Some didn't. Some secret societies was like, yo, bring it in. I'll help you infiltrate our society. If you pay me, I'll get you into my club. And all kinds of sketchy stuff was going on. These people all backstab each other too. It's so whack. Like, y'all don't even work as a team. Honestly, all these cabals against each other. Like, of course we're gonna keep awakening. Y'all can't even keep your plan straight. Yeah, so this has been going on for a very, very long time. This is not anything new. We just need to continue to awaken to it and be okay with the fact that it's not a conspiracy. These are truths, and we need to be okay with discussing these things. These are not taboo conversations. This is happening. There are children suffering. There are people suffering. There's trafficking going on. There's drug trafficking that is literally pushed by the system. Like, they're literally for it, So all of this is for a reason. Open your eyes. You're seeing a lot of people are just seeing such a small spectrum of such a bigger picture. These people had years on decades, beyond decades, to like plan this out every step of the way. That's why you got things like the Illuminati card game. They already know what they're going to put. They already know what they're going to do. Whether the plan works for them or not, it doesn't matter, because they got like from plan A, they can move to plan B. From plan B, they move to plan C. And if the plan C doesn't work, they call their other cabal that they don't even get along with those guys, but they're like, you got an idea, and at the end of it, not even those people are in control. It's something even above that. Like, this is just, it goes deep. It's literally a spiritual warfare, and there are people that are down with creating this havoc. Yes, there are people that are that evil. There are people that don't care for humanity. It's not us against each other. Us, like the people, the real people living the real lives here doing this, We are not each other's enemies. We are each other's friends. We need to learn to get along with each other, because if we can get along and not create violence with one another, not fight with one another, like literally create community with each other, can you imagine? It's just like that Belgium situation. They all got together. They were able to shut the government down. Maybe for a while it didn't last long, but it just goes to show you the true power. What if those 300,000 people went back again and did that all the time? The government would be like, holy crap, we can't even do anything in this town because these people are all so nosy. Yeah, we're nosy. We want to know what you guys are up to. You shouldn't be hurting people. That's just the way it works. Like, humans are for humans. Humans are pro-human. That's the way it works. If you want to continue and ascend, you have to find love for humanity. You have to, because God built us off love. This is all love, and not love like literally like with your bodies. I'm talking about like love, the feeling within yourself, for humanity, the feeling, the intuition, the God-given gift that God has given us of intuition to make the right decisions, to feel that love, to move forward, to know what's right from wrong. That is what's important. You continuing to evolve yourself, continuing to fix habits, continuing to fix fears, continuing to work through all those things to continue to evolve yourself, get your intuitions to a higher level, and you just get closer and closer to a reality that you never even knew existed. Begin to intuitively understand what needs to be done for you, like for your moment right now. Put your awareness right now. What can we do right now? When you discover yourself and you become a better human being, it's just going to help the people around you, and then it helps those people around them. Then it's a huge spider web. It'll fix so many problems. If you're at a level where you're really deep into the spirituality work, great. Keep it up. Keep doing it. Don't stop. There's always work to be done. There's always something new you could conquer, because you are the only one that can save yourself, and we are not at the end of the world. We are at the beginning of a new world to begin to experience and share and be honest and be vulnerable and grow and evolve, change things. This is our time to change things before things get shifted back and we get brainwashed all over again, and our children and children's children are back in this cycle, and then they realize, like, this is our chance. This is our chance to make the changes by sharing what we know, learning more, respecting each other, creating boundaries, using our free will for the right reasons. There's so many possibilities out there. Your life has endless possibilities, literally, and it's all based on you, your actions, your thought process, your mindset, how you feel, where you're going, what you're doing. You change that. Trust that. I promise you. I promise. So sending so much love to everybody. Keep doing everything you got to do to get to where you got to go, because you are the only one that can save yourself. Peace.